Welcome to the weekly social. Everything Katy, Fulshear, Richmond, Texas. We have Priscilla Pfaff with Select Title here today.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, and we want to give a big shout out and thank you. We are marching into Christmas weekend. We just did a huge fundraiser for Cat's Animal Shelter.
Oh my gosh, everybody just went above and beyond.
Huge outpouring.
Yes.
So
That's what we get to do after this.
Yes, we will be delivering everything to the animal shelter and Boys and Girls Country out there in Waller. So we have all kinds of stuff for the kids as well.
And that's why he's got me very well dressed up for Christmas today.
Priscilla's nice and festive, and so am I. Actually, Shannon challenged me to do this.
Okay.
And I didn't tell her I was going to do this, so hopefully she's watching right now.
She better be watching.
She's probably falling over backwards in her chair.
That you got me to do it
yes,
also.
I roped you in.
Yes, so I think you roped me into something else at the first part of the year. I
got you to agree to do this.
Yes. Yes. How happy was I?
You were not happy.
No.
Nope.
But it has been an amazing year.
Yes.
Amazing year and so much fun. And I've learned so much from doing this.
We've had a lot of great people come out and just share wisdom, knowledge, introduce us to stuff that's unbeknownst to us in the public.
We had no idea on some of the things that people have come and shared with us.
Yes.
So what are some things that you remember from the different ones this year?
I think the Ballard House, I was really brought to a totally different level there. I mean, I was familiar with it for years, but I didn't really grasp and have a true understanding of what it does.
Right.
Today,
yeah. Yeah.
I do.
So, what a cool thing that, I mean, you know my heart for the Ballard House because we've all been touched by someone that's had cancer and had to go through, all the medical stuff. And then I've been a part of it for a long time. But what it does and helps so many people. And for you to get
90,000 stays. Think about that.
Yeah. And that's free.
Free, yeah.
Free.
For up to 3 months.
Yeah.
So, huge.
So, you know what a heart I have for that. So thank you. And that was a fun podcast for me.
Another one that I thought was great is when we did the backpack drive. Look at the outpouring that came from that. I mean,
we had 3-4 vehicles
full of backpacks, school
Yes.
supplies. I mean,
that was
a good one.
Yeah. So I love the giving and then the blood drives. You do the blood drive every year and give back in that aspect. And when are you doing? Do you have it scheduled yet for this next year?
Everything that I do with the company for fundraisers, we do it quarterly, so we put horsepower behind it. So first quarter of next year, blood drive. We try to do it before it gets too hot because there's a bus. You're typically in a parking lot. When it's 110 degrees outside, it's brutal.
Well, and a lot of people can't give blood when it's that hot. They can't do it.
They can't do it, right?
Right. So that's a great thing. We even talked about maybe doing that at the Ballard House this year.
That would, yeah. You know what? I think
We
we ought to
did.
do that for a cross promotion to help both.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's
I
connect
think
with
we
them and do
did.
that.
I think we talked to Dave about doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's-
So see, there's the reiteration of the things that we.
We're compounding what we do.
Oh.
With the blood, come support ours. We applaud that. But if you can, whenever you can do it, please go do it because there's a huge shortage of blood out there that people are not aware of. Every time we do a blood drive, they have a driver there a half hour before it's over to pick it all up, and it's used before day's end. And we typically save anywhere from 50 to 60 people's lives per event. So it's used the same day. So I believe the window is 6 or 8 weeks is what it takes before you can get blood again. So please do that.
But the other thing I found out with these blood drives that they're doing them for plasma. They're not doing just normal blood,
No, plasma takes longer, but you don't feel weak after the plasma, is my understanding. I haven't done that yet.
I haven't either.
So I'm thinking about doing that next go around just to help with that.
And did you know what else I found out about blood was a health benefit? A lot of people have really thick blood.
Okay.
Okay, so doctors will put them on blood thinners and those kind of things. If you go and give blood because it's, you know, rejuvenating your system, it helps with people that have that thicker blood. It is a very good thing for them to go and do.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
great.
So I learned that just in the last couple of weeks from a couple of people that said they had thick blood, and so they go and give blood to help with that.
Wow. So it's doing it naturally versus having to take drugs or prescriptions or whatever.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing I learned this year about blood drives, I've always worked with Gulf Coast Blood Center. MD Anderson does it as well for their cancer patients because there's so many different blood transfusions.
Right.
They have their own set up to do that.
Well, this next year maybe
Maybe alternate.
a 2-time blood drive.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Because I mean, we just don't have enough blood in the banks.
We don't.
So, like you said, that was used the same day it was
Same day.
given. So we need to do that more often because we need to get our blood banks to have a backup.
Yep. So if anybody wants to help, reach out and help us put this together, promote, cross-promote, we
Yes.
greatly applaud it.
That would be cool.
Yes.
So, all right. So
How about you? What did you reflect upon for this year?
I reflected upon when we started this at the first of the year
Uh-huh.
versus where it's at now. And kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
So, but you have shared this out with the community and broadened everybody's knowledge, not just ours. And the views and everything on this have been just,
Exponential.
yeah, and from where we were the first year, excuse me, to how many views now.
We went from a couple hundred to a couple thousand weekly. That's huge.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for supporting us and tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is collectively across all social media, but that's still a very broad base.
Huge. Huge. You even figured out how to take these live videos from Facebook
Yes.
and download it so then you could share it to all the other.
And when I put it up in YouTube, and then I put the link from YouTube and the other social medias.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that takes some doing, and not everybody knows how to do that.
No. Actually, it was one of our guests that actually showed me how to do that after the fact.
And who is that?
I don't remember.
Wedding Tap Solutions.
You're right, it was.
Those
It was,
guys are
yes.
just amazing.
You know, there's another great group of gentlemen that came out and they brought technology to a total different level.
Complete. And I went and met with them a couple of weeks ago. Again, because we want to start doing some new things and help them for 2024. And they now have that screen. I'm sure everybody's seen it on Facebook where it's like a whiteboard.
Oh, so you can.
You can kind of project on it, but you can write on it. It'll save things. It's
While you're
unbelievable.
shooting the video.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. So you can do training classes and be writing on it, and it all goes in there.
And it
I
sits
guess.
behind you?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've seen it in videos, but I've just never seen one in person.
right. Well,
Okay.
if you want to see it in person, go over there.
Tap
They
Solutions.
got it.
I'm connecting with them after the first of the year, just years in and everything that we have going on. The year's over, honestly.
Right. And reach out to them because if you want to know where your social media is and how it's progressing and if it's reaching different platforms.
Social media, Google, those guys shoot commercials. I mean,
But they'll do a test on your social media and where it's
Yes.
where it's at. And you know, you may think you're doing good and
you may not be.
You
where
may
think
not,
you are.
yeah.
Right.
yeah. So
And that's an ever shape-shifting change. Whenever you think you got it figured out, they're gonna change it. And it's all of them. It's not just Facebook, it's not just Google, I mean, everyone, and they all do it at about the same time, so you gotta relearn all their little algorithms and stuff to keep pushing that number up there.
Yes, exactly.
So you're constantly growing and going to school with it.
But those guys again are givers also,
Yes.
because they also reached out and helped with the video at the Ballard House.
That's awesome.
You know, so to keep legacies, you know, make sure that you have that legacy video and to keep alive.
We had a lot with the Be Local group that came in here, Stephen. All the stuff that's in that magazine, most people don't realize what's all out here in the Katy, Fulshear, Richmond area.
Yeah, that was cool. That was that was fun. That was fun. Stephen is very, very knowledgeable and very driven and organized, and but he's on a mission to help, to make sure all that stuff is in that Be Local magazine for everybody that's coming in. But I mean, you and I, we live here, we're here, and we didn't know some of the stuff that was in there.
Exactly. And we breathe, eat, and sleep this local market.
Right. So that was fun.
Yes.
That was fun.
We had Brandon with Third Rail Financial. We had financial advice and all the different stuff going on. That's a hot topic right now between Wall Street, 401ks, interest rates, loans. Pick something. There's a lot of spinning plates in that.
Yes. And Brandon has all the information and helps you make the right choice.
Right. Whatever your end goal is, he gets you on the right path to achieve that.
Right.
No two goals are the same with most people.
But you've also brought a lawyer in this year?
Yes.
Who is a CPA also?
Tax attorney.
Yes.
So look at all the changes that are happening there. Again, marvelous information shared out.
Yes.
Keith Cothrow. He's so if you have IRS problems or if you have a small business, reach out to Keith.
Wow, he is a world of knowledge.
Huge.
And businesses need that kind of CPA, really, for the knowledge.
The small businesses especially. The big businesses, corporate, they have attorneys on the payroll.
Right.
So that's all worked on and put together. Yeah, I mean, you don't know the changes. I mean, you could be doing everything exactly correct, and then all of a sudden you made a mistake this year because it all changed and it was unbeknownst to you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that was. I learned a lot that day.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. And then painters.
Yeah, construction guys.
Yes.
Doing renovations, stuff like that.
Oh, it's just been, it's, our business is about value, right? Because it's not just about you coming in and closing a deal with us and, listing a property with you and all that. But it's about the value. It's about the people who can help get you there, or if you've got a problem afterwards or anything like that, and just knowing who to go to.
There's an army of people that help me do all these transactions that nobody sees until they're working through a transaction, and I have to bring them in. But yes, I mean, there's truly an army of people that work with us through these transactions.
You even have an appraiser that you and Denise brought in, because sometimes when you go into a listing and a seller believes something is worth more or whatever, you've got that resource to lean on to also.
I'll give you a quick snippet of a property that was just sold not long ago through our company. It was listed with another brokerage. They ended up not working out. They reached out to us because they seen what we do on social media, our reviews and stuff like that. So I went toward the property, I got with the seller, and I'm like, the price it was listed at before, how did you guys come up with that? Because I always do a market analysis, so that that's my professional opinion, what I believe the market's got there. And she's like, well, I told my agent that's what I want to sell it for. And I was like, you were like $50,000 over the highest sold price home in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They didn't know that. They just, the agent should have conveyed that
Right,
information.
right. And was there something in the property, some value to the property that made it 50,000 over? That's the difference.
Right. So you have to price it correctly up front because time works against you, not for you in real estate. And that's something that a lot of sellers don't understand. Well, we'll just lower the price. No, price it correctly.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I understand you want to go upstream because you think you're leaving money on the table, but this is the data age. I mean, data's the new oil.
right.
Buyers are savvy. I mean, you can get a home valuation, a couple clicks. You don't even have to go looking for it. So,
But with your knowledge of the areas, the properties and all of that, that's, you may have seen the other properties that did sell and know exactly what shape they were in
that's
and
part of what I
things.
do.
Right.
I'm looking at the upgrades that are in the house. I mean, if you have Formica, these people have granite or quartz, you have to know all that.
And I'm switching subject. Didn't we have somebody on the courts we talked about the courts?
I believe that was one of the construction guys that we did.
Yeah. And what was it that they recommend, not quartz anymore?
Well, no, we went from granite to quartz.
Okay, all right, thank
So
you.
it was granite. Everybody was doing granite. Now it's all quartz. It's all marble looking, but it's a man-made material that's industrial strength. I have it in my house actually.
Okay,
So-
okay. And you find that it's not porous like the quartz is? I mean, like the granite
like
is?
Can you still stain it? I think so. Yeah, but pretty hard to do.
Okay.
But it looks. I mean, a lot of them do the marble looking quartz.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less money than what marble is. No, marble is very porous. So if you spill a glass of wine on marble, you are going to have a red spot. That's not going to happen on quartz as long as you clean it up right away.
Yeah. Interesting. Now, those were things that, again, we've learned this year. And you know the difference of that. So hey, this property's been upgraded to quartz, which is a better product than your granite. So does it make a whole lot of difference in the value?
Not really, but it's going to help it sell faster.
Okay.
It's like if you put $10,000 in, say, landscaping in your front yard, is the house worth more? No. Does it have better curb appeal? Absolutely.
Right.
And people, in the heyday, I mean, people would pay upstream and they would pay over appraisal. And there's still people that are paying over appraisal for select properties.
Right.
Because it has exactly what they're looking for and they can't put it in for what they're paying for it. So it makes sense.
So what do you think, I mean, I've always liked resale versus new home, just because of all the things that are already done for you
Typically, you can
versus,
pick up more upgrades in a resale home than what you can in a new build. Because a new build, you walk into the model home and you get what I call under the ether, you're dazzled.
right,
But you need to know that when you walk into that home, let's say it's listed for $400,000 or starting from the 400s,
right,
how much are upgrades in there? It probably has around 1 to 150 in there. So that $400,000 home that you're walking into is actually a 5 to 550 home after the upgrades.
okay,
So when you purchase that home with the builder, you're going to start with the base builder grade stuff, and then you have to do your upgrades from there. So, and that's why you see a lot of new homes that have builder grade stuff in it because they could afford the home. They just couldn't do the upgrades. Now, some builders run incentives where you get up to X amount for the design center, the upgrades. But it's just there's a lot of moving parts to a transaction.
and when
That's why you need a realtor.
Right.
Because you don't know that.
but the brings back a memory of, we had Weston Homes,
Yes.
Charles, he was,
Mentale, I believe you pronounce his last
yes,
name.
yes, and he was so much fun, and sat here and said, I've never done this before, I've never done this. Yeah, no, that was not true. Because he did it, and did it beautifully.
He was very good.
Yes,
He very good on camera.
yes, and just an amazing man.
Actually, we've had a lot of builders out here this year. We had Western, marvelous home builder.
Yes,
We had Adams Home out here.
Yes. Oh, fabulous.
Stephanie,
Oh,
history
another.
maker.
Yes. Oh my gosh, and History Maker. Man, what a nice home they're building for a reasonable price.
Yes, with really good sized guest bedrooms.
Yes.
That's something that you don't pick up on it
Until you go see.
until you go see.
When you go to other builders and then you see theirs for their guest rooms are just different.
In the price range that they're focused on, it's not, you expect to see a 10 by 10. I mean, that's what I expect to see, because I walk in and out of homes all day, every day.
Right.
And they're doing what, 11 by 12s, 11 by 13s, and believe it or not, 1 or 2 feet, that makes a huge difference in a
Yes.
bedroom. It does.
But they're giving back to the community. They're involved. They're doing all the things. Those are lovely ladies.
Yes, I mean, every one of the salespeople that have come out, they've supported a bunch of different events that we've done over the years. So hats off to those builders and their employees. I mean, what wonderful people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just that started reminding me of all of them that we've had and how much fun it's been and how much we've learned.
Yeah. Actually, Stephanie was at the networking event last night.
Oh, she's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. That lady does not stop.
Nope. Charles was supposed to make it, but he ended up getting sick. But he chased me down through Denise and sent a voicemail to Denise for me so that I got it. I'm like, Charles, just Google my name. My phone number's everywhere. But
Yeah.
But he went out of his way to make sure that I knew that he wasn't going to make it because he said he was coming. What a
Oh,
gentleman.
that is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. And especially being sick. And speaking of being sick, that is why we don't have Denise joining us.
Yes.
So she's under the weather, and we got to stop all this.
Oh, what another resource. I mean, wealth of information with mortgages. And look at how much she gives back to the community as well.
That lady-
She's Mother Goose.
Yes.
She even feeds the possums at her work.
Yes. And all the kittens, the
Yes.
cats, and everything.
Raccoons.
So she's giving every day because she's got to feed these.
Yes.
And, you know, where else are they going to go and get taken care of?
Actually, when we leave here, we have to go to her office to pick up all the donation stuff that she has sitting there for Boys and Girls Country as well as Cats Animal Shelter because she couldn't make it today.
You know, I wish she was here with us.
I do too.
I wish she was here.
We
So
hope you're watching this, Denise, and feeling better. So.
much better, much better. Oh my goodness! Wow, that's a cool reflection of the year. I mean, it just unbelievable.
Yeah, we just scratched the surface of stuff.
I know. So we need people to reach out.
Yes, if you're interested in coming on, drop us a comment, send us a direct message. We'd love to put you on the calendar, bring you
Yeah.
out, and share knowledge and data with people.
Oh, especially. I mean, it just has been a really cool year of all the value that people have shared.
Yes.
And so we want more of that for 2024. So we need them to reach out and let us know. And
Let's
so
multiply this and take it to another level.
there's no doubt, sir, that will happen.
Yep, failure's not an option. That's
No.
how I attack
No.
everything.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So I think we just need to tell everybody Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year. We appreciate you guys supporting us. And I'd like to share another huge, big thank you for all the donations, all the participation, and just supporting your local community. A big thank you for doing that.
Agreed. And clay shoot for the Ballard House, February the 8th or 9th. I can't remember the date. It's a Friday
Okay.
out at Westside Shooting Clays. Go to the Ballard House website, go to the events, and you'll get all the information. But please register and come out and shoot, donate, whatever you can do. Love to see everybody out there.
Awesome. Well, we have to go deliver stuff to the animal shelter, as will the Boys and Girls Country. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Merry Christmas.